It's almost midnight. The house is finally quiet and you're half asleep on the couch when your phone lights up with a bank alert. Another small charge. Another $9.99. You squint at it, trying to remember what it even belongs to. Then, like the universe is piling on, an email slides in at the same time. Thanks for your subscription. It's polite, it's boring, and somehow it feels like being tapped on the shoulder by a stranger who already has your wallet. This is how subscription overload usually shows up, not as a dramatic crisis, more like a soft, constant leak. A few dollars here, a few dollars there. Streaming TV, music, cloud storage, meal kits, apps, gaming passes, pro features, bundles, memberships, delivery perks. It starts as convenience. It ends as clutter. And the quiet trap is this: subscriptions don't feel like spending. They feel like background noise. Until one night you realize the background is getting expensive. In a moment, I'll show you the most surprising part of the story, the part that explains why smart people still get caught. But first, zoom out for a second. The subscription model has slipped into almost everything because it's perfect for business. Recurring revenue is steady, predictable. Investors love it, companies love it, and for a while, we loved it too. Pay little, get access, cancel anytime. That was the promise. But cancel anytime and cancel easily are not the same thing. Consumer advocates have been blunt about this. The system often counts on you forgetting, and it often makes leaving harder than joining. That's not paranoia, it's design. You can hear it in the way these services talk to you. Start your free trial. One tap to join. Subscribe and save. And then, when you try to leave, suddenly you're reading tiny text, clicking through guilt-tripped screens, or hunting for the cancel button like it's a hidden door in a hallway. NerdWallet has written about how subscriptions are easy to start and strangely difficult to stop, and how much of the burden falls back on the consumer. This is the part nobody says out loud. A subscription isn't just a product, it's a relationship. And it's a relationship where the other side benefits if you get tired. There's also something happening inside your brain. Psychologists talk about the pain of paying, that small sting you feel when money leaves your hand. Subscriptions numb that pain because you don't buy each month, you don't re-decide. You don't stand at a checkout and ask, "Do I still want this?" The charge just happens, quietly, passively. That's why a single $120 purchase can feel huge, but 12 $10 charges can feel like nothing until you add them up and realize you've been paying a shadow bill the entire time. And that add them up moment is where people get shocked. One widely shared survey found people estimated they spent around $86 a month on subscriptions, but their real total was closer to $219 once they actually listed everything out. That's not a small mistake. That's the difference between "I'm fine" and "Why do I feel broke?" Now let me give you a picture you can hold on to. Imagine your life is a key ring. Every subscription adds a key. At first, it's light, 2 or 3 keys, easy. Then you add another, and another. A streaming service for one show, a music app because the ads were annoying, a storage plan because your phone yelled at you, a meal kit because you were tired, a workout app because you promised yourself you'd start. The key ring grows. It starts clanking when you walk. It bulges your pocket. And here's the twist. You don't even know which doors half the keys open anymore. But you carry them anyway, because taking them off feels like work. That's subscription overload. Not just the cost, the weight. And it escalates differently for different people. For a university student, it might start with a free trial during exams. They sign up because they're stressed and need something easy, and the trial turns into a charge they don't notice. A report highlighted that nearly half of Americans have forgotten to cancel a trial at least once. It's not because they're careless, it's because life is loud, and the cancel date is quiet. For a young couple, it looks like 2 people building separate little stacks. One person has the music subscription, the other has the streaming. Then there's the grocery membership, the cloud storage, the photo backup, the gaming pass, the premium meditation app. Each one is reasonable alone. Together, it becomes a second rent, one you can't see. For a family, it becomes a negotiation. One platform has the kids' shows, another has the sports, another has the movies. Add music for car rides, maybe a learning app, maybe a food delivery membership because evenings are chaos. And suddenly, there are charges landing on different days like raindrops on a roof, steady, constant, easy to ignore. Some research suggests the average U.S. household now has around 4 or 5 streaming services at a time, which is already a lot before you even count everything else. Here's the surprising reversal. It's not that you're subscribing to too much, it's that you're subscribing without feeling it, because the system is optimized for frictionless yes, and your brain is optimized to forget what isn't urgent. That's why another survey found a large majority of people say it's easy to lose track of recurring charges, and many admit they've paid for subscriptions they weren't even using anymore. Not because people are dumb, because the charges hide in plain sight. And yes, this can feel embarrassing, like you should be better at money, like you should have noticed. But subscription overload isn't a character flaw, it's an environment. It's living in a world where everything wants to become a monthly bill. If this is opening your mind, hit like. Now let's turn the camera gently, because this story doesn't have to end in shame. It can end with relief. And relief doesn't come from becoming a different person. It comes from changing the system you live inside. Picture a Sunday afternoon. Not a dramatic budgeting overhaul, just a calm audit. You sit down with a drink and open your bank app or card statement. You scroll slowly, and every time you see a recurring charge, you write it down. Not because you love spreadsheets, because you're trying to name the keys on your key ring. This is the part nobody says out loud. The first time you do this, you will almost always find at least one charge that makes you say, "Wait, what is that?" That little thanks for your subscription email comes back in your mind, and now, instead of feeling hunted by it, you're holding it up to the light. Then you do something small but powerful. You decide which subscriptions are core, not the ones you feel guilty about, not the ones you should use, the ones you actually return to, the ones that truly make life better. You keep those without apology, and the rest, you don't have to cut them forever. You just stop pretending you can use everything all the time. You rotate. 1 month is the documentary app. Next month is the drama app. You binge what you want, then you let it go. You're not breaking up forever. You're just not moving in with every service you date. For trials, you become a little tactical. The moment you start a trial, you set a reminder for a couple days before it ends, not because you're paranoid, because you're human. You can even cancel immediately after signing up and still keep access until the trial ends on many platforms, meaning the future you doesn't have to remember anything. You're making it easy for yourself on purpose. And when services offer bundles, you pause and ask one question: do I really want all of this separately? If the answer is no, the bundle might be a fancy way of hiding extra keys on your ring. If the answer is yes, a bundle can simplify your life. Fewer logins, fewer dates to track, less mental clutter. Just be honest about what you'll use. If you share costs with family, legally, within the rules, great. If you're managing a household, it's worth having a short conversation. What are the 3 subscriptions we'd actually miss if they disappeared tomorrow? That question cuts through the fog. It turns subscriptions from automatic to intentional. And if cancellation is annoying, you treat it like a one-time chore that buys you future freedom. 10 minutes of frustration can erase months of quiet drain. That's an incredible hourly wage when you think about it. Over time, something shifts. The alerts feel less haunting. The email receipts stop arriving like snow you didn't ask for. Your money starts to feel quieter. Not because you're spending nothing, because you're spending on purpose. Because the goal isn't to live without subscriptions. The goal is to stop letting subscriptions live without you. And there's something deeper here too. Subscriptions aren't only a money issue, they're an attention issue. Every recurring charge is a tiny claim on your future. When you reduce the noise, you get back more than cash. You get back mental space, fewer passwords, fewer forgotten commitments, less of that low-grade feeling that something is always nibbling at your budget. So tonight, the next time that bank alert lights up your phone or that thanks for your subscription email lands in your inbox, don't panic. Just notice it. Let it be a signal, not a scolding, a reminder that you're allowed to choose what stays in your life. If you want more calm, story-driven money videos like this, where we make the invisible visible, consider subscribing. And I'm curious, what's one subscription you canceled that gave you an immediate sense of relief, and why did that one finally feel worth letting go?